back to the Anchored Media YouTube channel. My name is Tatum Ayomike. I am the CEO and executive producer here at Anchored Media. In this video, we're going to be talking about the role of the podcast host. And I see a lot of people get confused as it relates to a podcast directory and a podcast host. Now, a podcast directory is simply a distribution channel that makes podcasts available for people to listen to. So Apple is a podcast directory. Spotify is a podcast directory. They are not hosts. You need a host for your show that provides you with what's called an RSS feed, and we have videos breaking down podcast basics on that, so make sure you explore our channel for a more detailed explanation of an RSS feed. But you get your RSS feed from your host, and that link then pushes automatically your content out to all of the directories that you have submitted that link to. Now, you don't have to go to all of these channels individually, because there are a ton of podcast directories. You don't have to go to them individually, but most of the time on your hosting site, what you'll have is a distribution tab where you simply, at the click of a button, submit your RSS feed to all of these different distribution channels, so that when you upload your podcast to your host, it spits it out to those other places. So again, your host is the home base for your podcast. Your distribution channel, so the Apple, the Spotify, the Stitcher, all of these places, Google Podcast, Podchaser, the host is what spits it out to those directories. So here's how the host plays a role in the whole process. First, in order for you to even submit your show to these distribution channels, you need that RSS feed, and that's what you get from your host. When you're deciding upon a host, because this is the home and the back end of your podcast, I want you to make sure that it's something that you can easily maneuver, something that gives you good data, something that also provides marketing and monetization opportunities. There are a ton of platforms popping up, like a Red Circle, where you can monetize your audience when you have lower listenership. There are other platforms like Acast or other platforms that pop up all the time where you can collaborate with people across that platform to help promote your show. So there are so many different capabilities that are now popping up on hosts. Don't let this be a small decision when it comes to who you decide to make the home for your show. And if you're already at a certain host and you want to change, it's very easy to change. But for those of you guys who are starting out, make that a very important decision. So when you record your podcast, after you've already chosen a host, you record that episode, you upload it to your hosting site, and then your RSS feed pushes it out to the directory. It's really as simple as that. But your host, again, is that home base where you see your analytics, where you're uploading your episode, where you are choosing the categories, where you are writing your show notes, all of those different things. That's the role that the host plays. If you have more questions about the hosting site or RSS feed or anything like that, leave it right here in the comments. But that's it for this video. Make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss when we post any more podcast content.